You're watching K34QB, Vail, Colorado.
Happy Sunday, December 31st. Happy New Year's Eve. Thank you for spending it here with us at Good Morning Vail. We have an awesome show in store for you, looking back at all the magical times this year. So sit back, get that cup of coffee, because Good Morning Vail starts right now.
Get up, get ready to start your day. The mountains are calling you out to play. Come on, we'll make you feel right at home. Good morning, Vail. See what lies in store for you. There's so many things to see and do. Summer, winter, spring, or fall. Your home in the Rockies has it all. So get up, get ready to start your day. The coffee's brewing, you're on your way. The fun is waiting outside your door. Good morning, Vail. Good morning, Vail.
Lions Head Jewelers Fossil and Mineral Gallery. Located in the heart of Lions Head Village for over a decade, our 4,000 square foot gallery boasts a one-of-a-kind experience that cannot be found anywhere else in Vail. We carry the most exquisite array of fine jewelry, high-end minerals, and museum-quality fossils. We invite you to come in and explore all the history and beauty that nature has to offer.
Hi, it's Julio from TV8 Vail. Do you ever wonder why our tagline is "There's more for you on 92"? Because we're always bringing you more. More Good Morning Vail from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. all year long. More local coverage with Vail Vibes and Covered Bridge on TV8. More opportunities to participate with new roundtable panels on mountain perspectives and our new Spanish programming block coming this fall. Find us on Comcast Xfinity Channel 92, on YouTube, or our website at tv8vail.com.
Hi, I'm Danielle Turner, the Vice President and General Manager of TVA Vail. We're proud to be your community television station, broadcasting your favorite local morning show 7 days a week and bringing engaging and enriching content to our Latino community. Watch Good Morning Vail December 30th through January 2nd as we take a look back at some of our most watched content from 2023. Oh, what a year it was, but 2024 promises to be even bigger. I invite you to join us on that journey because there's always more for you on Channel 92. Happy New Year to you, and thank you for making the TV8 family part of your family.
Good morning, Vail.
Welcome back to Good Morning Vail. Happy New Year's Eve to you. I am so excited for so many different reasons in this new year, and I was very, very honored to be able to do an interview with the producer and director of Dear Writer, all about Jake Burton. Let's take a look. Welcome back to the show. I'm Gretchen Pleshaw. I am so honored, so thrilled to have the amazing and brilliant director, Fernando Viana, from an incredible, I'm a little emotional, I'm not going to lie, the incredible story of Jake Burton called Dear Writer. How are you doing, Fernando?
I'm doing great, Gretchen. Thank you for having me.
Of course, I am truly honored. I know I'm already getting a little emotional. Anyone that has already watched this fantastic film knows that Dear Writer is the life of Jake Burton, but I have to be honest with you. I originally went into it thinking, oh, this is just going to be an amazing historical piece about snowboarding and how Jake had this thought of, riding on the snow, surfing on the snow is exactly how he described it, and how snowboarding came to be, but it was so much more than that. I thank you, and it's such a great homage to his life. It's pretty brilliant.
Yeah, I mean, it's as far as the history of snowboarding, it is the history of snowboarding, but told through Jake's eyes.
Yes.
And how he lived his life. And but it's also a celebration of his life.
That's what I love so deeply about this is Jake, as you know, something that Fernando and I both have in common is I was blessed enough to cross paths with Jake and be so lucky to get to know the man, the myth, the legend that is Jake Burton. He is one of a kind, as you know, Fernando, and I just feel honored that I got to meet him through the Burton US Open. He was one of the first human beings that believed in me to do interviews. He allowed me to do interviews of all the amazing writers at the Burton US Open. And I love that it shows the quirky, crazy side of him that we all love and know. And it also shows the very driven side of him as well. So it's it's definitely a story about human kindness, finding your truth, living your truth, and also just being happy and struggles and truth of life through cancer, through other things that he went through, the coma, et cetera, which I have to tell you, I never even knew that side of it. So You did an amazing job. And I know a little bit about you. I have a little bit of a backstory. I would love to hear how you got to meet Mr. Jake Burton.
I met Jake once when I interviewed to direct the film. And, I got maybe 20 minutes with him, but I had put together a proof of concept that was about like 7-8 minutes long. And, thank God I got to show that to him because it was such an emotional moment. I think for him to experience another a filmmaker interpreting his life, interpreting his battle with Miller Fisher in a very kind of short, compressed time. It was great to see him be moved by it, and it just left such a profound impression on me. And I left there not really thinking I was going to get the job, but so grateful for the experience, so grateful to have the opportunity to show him the proof of concept and to just be able to feel his energy, and he's just such a lovely man. And what I remember the most about that experience is he tried to make me feel comfortable. A lot of times when you go to an interview, they're feeling you out, right? But he was the opposite. He was you okay? Can I get you anything? Are you comfortable? Are you relaxed? Just sit here, sit next to me, that sort of thing. It was different. It was different.
And one thing I love, and I know that you've seen firsthand, is the family, the community. The snowboarding community is such family, and you feel that deeply, and they take you in. And even this morning, someone that is in the movie that is one of Jake Burton's dearest friends that I know misses him very dearly, that you like to call Coxie, Mike Cox. I was messaging with this morning, and it is such a family, and it all started, and it is because of Jake Burton. And it's so profound, and it's felt so deeply throughout your film. And I think that's a side of him, so many people at the Burton US Open that met him loved this larger than life human, but we got to see the funny, dorky, cool side of him. And I know you got to see that firsthand just from one meeting. You said you were forever changed. So that's pretty awesome as well.
For sure. And the family aspect of snowboarding was something that I didn't know about because I'm not a snowboarder. But I loved the community. I loved how it was always a community from the very beginning, and how this Jake's trauma that he suffered when he was young. That he lost family members at a very young age, and this feeling of isolation, this feeling of being lonely, of independence. It's something that I think drove him to form a community, through snowboarding, and I think that is imprinted in the sport to a certain degree. As far as Jake passed before we started making the film, but me and everyone else in the project was committed that he tell the story as much as possible.
Yeah.
Right. To be the narrator of his film, and we tried very, very hard to pull that off, right? To have him narrate his story, have him take us through the ups and downs, of his career, of his personal life, of his health struggles, and I think by and large we pulled that off, but that was something that was part of the game plan, and have Jake speak for Jake.
Something that really touched me during the film, the story that you did, it was so beautiful. The moments where he was indeed not able to communicate and coming out of the coma, and that he was writing to his friends, his family, and he was still keeping his wit about him. We can't really say the words that he used. Anyone that knows Jake and watches the film will know this exactly what I'm talking about. But he just never lost his love and his lust for life. And that is truly what I think. When you watch this film, you see a man that just had an idea, surfing on snow. That was his passion, his truth. And he taught all of us to live that truth and to truly go out there, live your passion and live it with joy, and not to take life so seriously. But now when you think about that, this man created snowboarding truly out of thin air, and that he did this and lived with such joy and truly lived. It's a pretty amazing. I don't know anyone else like that. I've never met one other human being like him. And I think that's truly what you drive home during this whole film, which is so beautiful.
Yeah, have as much fun as possible.
Yes.
And there's some beautiful moments in the film. One of his sons talks about this incident where he gave a little bird mouth to mouth, right? Yeah. Try to resuscitate this little bird that had just been attacked by a cat. And he goes, that's when I realized my dad has such an appreciation for life, right? And also he said he learned more about his dad through the cards that his dad was writing when he couldn't see, when he couldn't move. All he could do was move his hand, and he learned more about his father through those cards than he had his whole life. So I think if you distill it to one word, I would distill it to two words. It's passion and fun, right? It's follow your passion and have as much fun as possible, because we're not going to be here forever. And he, that legacy that he taught us, that way of living, I think it's one that I subscribe to now. So
yes.
Having as much fun as possible is a very profound way of looking at life.
I love that. I love it so much. And I love the film because it does give such a good background about snowboarding. And I know, touching base on this a little bit too, Burton is a huge entity. It's huge. It's all around the world. And you learn more about that in the film. So definitely stay tuned. and the highs and lows of that, like we have talked about. It is a beautiful thing. He brought snowboarding to so many human beings that would never, I mean, he created the whole concept. Also, many people thought he sold out. So you show the highs and the lows because, you know, this man is seen as a god, the god of snowboarding. But he did go through people kind of giving him some gruff about it, you know, and I love that you showed that. It's not an easy journey for anyone that wants to make a name, but he dealt with it with beauty and grace and kind of just kept on going.
You know, the family, I have to give them all the credit because they said, as long as what you put in the film is accurate, we're not going to tell you to take anything out, right? As long as you know, it's factual, right? And those things happened. You know, you know, I don't want to give anything away so people can watch it in the film, but yeah, he had missteps. He made some missteps, but he was human.
Right.
And I think for people to really connect to a character in a film, I mean, like really truly connect with them and have a character stay with them, they have to feel like the character is real.
Right.
And nobody's all good and nobody's all bad. So to paint a false portrait of somebody like they're all good or they're all bad, I think it would have been a disservice. And you know, but Jake always owned up to everything, and he learned. He was such a quick learner, right? Yeah, you know, he thought snowboarding was going to be downhill. The future of snowboarding, the sport was going to be downhill races, you know, and he was late to freestyle, but he made up for it. He was really good at changing course and adjusting. So, and that's really, you know, how we get this done, right? And being flexible.
I would like to say the last thing that I truly love about this is you hear Jake's voice throughout the whole film, and it makes you feel connected. I don't want to get emotional. It did make me emotional, so very emotional, both times I watched it, and it's so beautiful. You feel like he's just sitting next to you narrating his life, and it's amazing. And so I just want everyone to know we love Jake. We miss Jake so much, and this is a way to keep him alive. Fernando, where can people go and watch this Dear Writer, the Jake Burton story?
On HBO Max.
HBO Max.
And yeah, still streaming. And you know, I just wanted to reiterate that it is a celebration of his life, and it is a very joyful kind of message throughout.
Yes.
Yeah, there's tragedy at the heart of it, but the legacy that he left behind is, you know, is a joyful one, and I think we tried really hard to instill that in the film.
Absolutely. I think the message I took away from it was to live your life to the fullest. We're not guaranteed a long time, but we're here for some time, and Jake definitely did that, just that. He lived his life and truly lived it to the fullest. Thank you so much, Fernando, for being with us. I can't wait to watch it again. Please head over to HBO Max, watch Dear Writer, the Jake Burton story. Thank you so much again, Fernando, and keep it right here for more to come.
Good morning, Vail.
When people think of world-class destinations, they're drawn to a place that provides opportunities for fine dining, shopping, superior lodging, exciting events, and unparalleled outdoor activities. Park City, Utah, and Vail, Colorado are renowned destinations for travelers and extraordinary homes for residents. Feature your exceptional products and services in these two luxury communities. Advertise with Park City Television and TV8 Vail. Contact us today.
Coming up this season on Ready, Set, Renovate, real homeowners tackle really big renos.
Welcome to the ugliest house in the neighborhood.
It's a wild ride from before to after.
If we go to the tile store one more time, only one of us is coming out alive.
Well, I didn't know he was going to do all that.
Between the budget and the timeline, it's makeover madness.
I'm Amy Goodman, host of Democracy Now! Our independent news hour offers diverse perspectives and unique opinions, often unheard in the mainstream media, live as the news unfolds. Tune in for Democracy Now!, the War and Peace Report, weekday mornings at 9 and evenings at 6 on TV8 Vail, Comcast Xfinity Channel 92. There's more for you on Channel 92.
Do you love the outdoor lifestyle? Make sure you tune in every day at 8 p.m. to catch Scoreboard Nation. It's an outdoor lifestyle show dedicated to your 3 favorite mountain towns, Vail Beaver Creek, Park City, and Reno Tahoe. Join us for an incredible venture. Find us on TV8 Vail, Park City Television, or at thescoreboardnation.com. We can't wait to see you there. TV8 Vail is serving the community 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Stop by for Good Morning Vail at 7 a.m. and stay all day for lifestyle favorites such as Good Day Vail, Daily Flash, Suki and Scott, and more. And you're sure to find the adventure you crave with back-to-back episodes of Scoreboard Nation and Outdoor America. Find us all day, every day on Comcast Xfinity Channel 92, on TV8Vail.com, and on all our social media platforms. There's more for you on Channel 92.
America was built on a love for the outdoors. We are a nation of sportsmen, blessed with magnificent natural resources. With broad interests across water and field, we are united in our devotion to nature and conservation. Join us every week for the best shows celebrating the outdoor lifestyle. Outdoor America. Live free.
Good morning, Vail.
Welcome back to the show. Now, here in Vail, we love local musicians. We adore Kevin Dancing. We got the honor to talk to him. Let's take a look.
To the show, I'm your host, Liz, for TV8 Vail's Good Morning Vail, and I'm just having such an exceptional morning with the lovely ladies taking care of our community. Now, you might recognize this guy's face. He's been here just a few times. We absolutely love Kevin Danzig, and he's part of 2 different live groups that we have out here in the Vail Valley. They play everywhere, and the coolest part is that you're going to be at the Kings Club this Tuesday for Mardi Gras. That's why you're wondering if we have the beads on. He flashed me, so he got the most beads. Yes. So this is exciting. Tell us all about what it's the Holland Cafe. It's a song off the Holland Cafe, which is your amazing CD, which I've listened to many times. But this is a new song that you're going to break out on Tuesday.
Well, the thing you do on social media is different these days, you know, where I used to be release a single, like there was, remember a single 45, remember those?
Yep.
But now with social media, what you do is you have an album that you pull singles from. So you'll release a couple before it's released and then a couple after. You know? So you just keep yourself in the media. And you know, this is a great song that I wrote when I was down in Mississippi, along the Mississippi River in this old haunted hotel.
Ooh, I love it.
I'm going to do today.
That's pretty awesome. Tell us the name of the song.
Life is a Gamble.
Ooh, I like that. Life is a Gamble. And where is the story coming from? Did you create it out of your own inspiration, experience, or somebody else's story?
No, it's a story, you know, like someone will write for a sitcom or a movie about a couple of characters set about 100 years ago.
Oh, this is cool. So you're going to take us back in time. It's a piece. Mm-hmm. It's a period piece, everybody.
Well, a period piece, if you will.
Well, I think we don't want to wait any longer. We cannot wait. This song is going to be first heard here, of course, because we're special. And then, of course, it's going to be at the Kings Club with the full album by Kevin Danzig. And who else is going to play with you that night? Anybody?
You never know who's going to stop in.
Nice.
I have this whole collective of wonderful musicians that will come and play.
I know. You have a collection of guys that you just play with. I know you have the Gandy Dancers, and then you have BFD.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say what I think that stands for. Okay.
It's big fun and dancing.
I like it. It's much better than what I was thinking, everybody. But they are a BFD, too, because they're super good. So listen, let's get started with this beautiful song. I think we should just enjoy some wonderful music, shall we?
Shall we?
We shall.
So imagine yourself, the moon is shining on the Mississippi River, and you're sitting in this window box of this haunted hotel with a big painting of Mark Twain over your shoulder, feeding you inspiration. It was one of those summer afternoons when the rain comes beating down like a hammer. Jennifer turned to Timothy instead. There's a brand new riverboat docked at the castle moat. People win real money, go get your raincoat. Tim said, Jenny, don't you remember the last time we played craps? Not only did we lose a shirt off our back, it took a week to face the fact. She said to him, just because we lost once doesn't mean we'll lose again. Life is a gamble. You don't play, you don't win. With a couple of hundred coins of silver, they began their daring adventure. Jennifer turned to Timothy and said, don't you feel it in the air? Magic is everywhere. Are you feeling lucky? No was his answer. She said to him, just because we lost once doesn't mean we'll lose again. Life is a gamble, and you don't play, you don't win. Da-da-do-da. Almost down to nothing, they both got desperate. Tried a new table, the game roulette, the number 9 red. They bet their last cent. 9 red, the number was 9 red. She couldn't believe her eyes, he was so excited. They were going to bet 11. Tim said, Jennifer, instead, I feel like 9 red is going to win. Get on, do it, all right. And Tim was right. Oh, happy days. It was one of those summer afternoons when the rain comes beating down like a hammer. Timothy found a picture postcard that read, yesterday is history, tomorrow is a mystery. Today is a present, it's a gift for you and me. In other words, just because we lost once doesn't mean we'll lose again. Life is a gamble, and you don't play, you don't win. Da-da-do-do-do. Oh, just because we lost once doesn't mean we'll lose again. Life is a gamble. You don't play, you don't win.
I like how I slid right back in. That was amazing. I want to give a standing ovation. Woo! You know what? The lyrics to that song are incredible.
Thanks.
That's really great. Yesterday was history. Tomorrow is a mystery.
I borrowed that from somewhere.
You did? Well, I like it anyway. But I just like all of the notes, the chords, the melody, and all of the lyrics. And I know you wrote that yourself, which is just always incredible. The one thing that is really cool about Kevin, everybody, is you played last night at Route 6 till what time in the morning?
Yeah, I'm a little rough today.
No, you sound great.
I got home about, I guess, midnight. That's not so bad.
That's not that bad. That's not too bad. But, I mean, you can always catch Kevin at Route 6 because there's always a lot of fun things going over there. But don't forget to go to the King's Club this Tuesday. What's going to go down over there for Mardi Gras?
Well, that's in the Sun and Alp, by the way, the Sun and Alp Hotel in Vail. My usual haunt, you know. It's just we're going to make it festive, and we'll have different people stopping in, you know, you never know. And I'll do a mix. That song is from the Holland Cafe, as you know, and it will be available anywhere you stream live music this coming Tuesday. And I didn't mention there's a video that is also going with it.
Oh.
And it was, I have wonderful musicians on this song. I mean, I can't say enough how much they add to create.
Sure.
Every song I write, I want to create this mood, you know, and I want the music to fit what's being said in the song. So it sounds kind of like a period piece. And it's because Ken Keller on bass, and Jimmy Brotherton on drums, and Doug Reese on the slide, like this old slide guitar. It gives it that feel. You know?
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, there's nothing wrong with having an accompaniment with your music because it just enhances the sound. It brings all the energy together with everybody.
Right.
And your music is just so wonderful. Who wouldn't want to play with you?
Well, that's nice of you to say.
It's so true. I mean, this guy's probably got like 4 hours sleep under his belt.
Yeah.
He still came in and played a song for us, which is wonderful. And once again, we can find you everywhere online. I know that you are streaming, and then you also have do you have a YouTube channel, or do you have a...
Yeah, YouTube, if you just put Kevin Danzig in any search, all the songs, all the records, all the website, the YouTube, you'll just have enough of me in about 15 minutes. So.
Yeah, we'll just have so much of Kevin. But it's wonderful. And as always, we love having you here on TV8. I can't thank you enough for getting up and playing that fantastic tune.
Well, you're up too. Look at how beautiful you look.
Oh, thank you. I still have hair. I still have black diamond ball hair.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right.
If it still looks like this by next week, you know I'm just not washing my hair.
That's funny.
Well, I am so psyched. I'm thanking you very much. This is a great guy, everybody. Kevin Danzig. Make sure you check him out throughout the town and his regular haunt over at the King's Club. But you can find him out so many places. Always look for his name online through social media so you can get a lot of great music. Again, Kevin Danzig, everybody. And that was a great tune from his Holland Cafe, which is going to break out on Fat Tuesday at the King's Club. We'll be back with more TV8 right after this.
Good morning, Vail.
Did you know that all Eagle County residents and visitors can get a free Eagle Valley Library District card? All you need is a photo ID. You get our online databases and resources, free music, free streaming, all from wherever you have internet access. Free audiobooks and e-audiobooks straight to your phone. Go into your Eagle Valley Library District branch today and get your library card.
Familia, estamos muy emocionados de por fin presentarles nuestro nuevo programa completamente en español, Conexión Latina, que se estrena este lunes 21 de agosto a partir de las 7 de la tarde. Por el momento, el programa se transmitirá los lunes, miércoles y viernes de 7 a 7 y media de la tarde, con una repetición de 7 y media a 8, así que no hay excusas para perdértelo. Te recuerdo que puedes sintonizar nuestra programación a través del canal 92 de Comcast, nuestra página web tv8vail.com y nuestra página de Facebook TV8 Conexión Latina. Acompáñanos en esta nueva aventura llena de información y entretenimiento local. No te lo pierdas.
Well, Archer and I are going to get headed on further down the trail, but I hope you'll catch up with us a little bit later. Hi, I'm Ben Roof, and I'm one of the new hosts here at TV8. I'm so excited to share all of my explorations throughout the Vail Valley with my dog Archer, where we'll be taking you to hiking trails, biking trails, maybe we'll go rafting, fishing, or whatever else we can come up with. I'm so excited to share all of that with you in my new segment, Outdoor Adventures. Don't forget to catch up with us every day right here at TV8 Vail or at tv8vail.com because there's always more for you on 92.
Do you have an interesting hobby or skill you'd like to share for Vail Valley? We want to hear from you. We're looking for people to share their musical, artistic, culinary, woodworking, athletic, or technical talents on Good Morning Vail. If you'd like to share your talents with the community, email Danielle at tv8vail.com. Join the community conversation. There's more for you on 92.
Experience the magic of the season like never before with the Leadville Railroad on our Holiday Express. Gather the family for an enchanting journey filled with dazzling displays of twinkling lights and festive decorations. Create cherished memories that will last a lifetime on this unforgettable train adventure that captures the spirit of the holidays. Booking information at leadvillerailroad.com.
Good morning, Vail.
Welcome back to Good Morning Vail. Now, Shine Intuitive Beauty is such a special place to go into. The energy, the vibe is just great, and the brows are pretty on point. I was so lucky to go and get a microblading brow situation done on my eyes. Let's check it out.
Are you looking for a great book to read, and have you been struggling maybe in your career choice? Well, then there is one out there on the market called Suits and Skirts, Game On, The Battle of Corporate Power, and we've got the author joining me first thing this morning, Teresa Freeburn. Thank you so much for being here.
Oh, it's so good to be here. Thank you, Madeline.
I really love everything about your book. Unfortunately, I did not have time to go through every single chapter, but I did skim each chapter, especially because there's such good names in there, like the one that's like, "Stop, you're stepping on my skirt." And so let's talk about what inspired you to write this book.
Oh, absolutely. And I guess the other part too is it's not just about the book, but it's about who I directed it to. So, you know, I've directed the book specifically to men. And I think that the whole reason that came out is because no one else seems to have done it, okay, for starters. But, you know, I don't think it's any secret here. Women have been seeking power for decades, but to no avail. And my thesis is that men are actually the ones holding and keeping women back from attaining powerful C-suite and board positions. And the bottom line is what's really important here, because it's to the detriment of the corporate bottom line. And of course, the reasons vary, but the results don't. I think you just have to do the math, and women are still very highly underrepresented in leadership roles. And in the book, I'm actually speaking directly to the men that are blocking women's corporate advancement. So it's kind of this no hold barred discussion, and it will no doubt ruffle some feathers out there.
And you wrote this book, I would imagine, from some of your personal experience and what you had been through in the corporate world.
Yes, I did. I have worked for decades in the financial services industry, which is a pretty male-dominated industry to start with. So, yes, I bring all of those learnings over the many decades and try and get them into some concise matter here. And I guess what fuels me on this, too, is, you know, I keep hearing, you read the newspaper clippings and they talk about, you know, all the progress that women have made in senior management and advancement in leadership. But I guess at the end of the day, if you call an increase in the Fortune 500 of 40 female CEOs over the course of 50 years a success, then I think we all need to question those math skills. You know, one female CEO in 1972 and now 44 in 2022, 50 years. I don't think that's an improvement. And I think it's ridiculous and it's pathetic and it's shameful. So, you know, I think what happens, we sort of get complacent when we hear the news. We hear about all the progress. We isolate one woman that got a promotion and we talk about that. But at the end of the day, I don't know, I feel that a goal like 50-50 would be a good way to set out a goal. And if you think of the population and the education that women now have and the history and experience that they have, it's like it's time for them to take their rightful place here. And I think the world will be very different if that can happen.
I love this so much. I'm one of 6 children and I have 4 brothers. And so even in my small household, I feel like it's a fight for power just amongst those little things. And so to take that to an industry much larger, let's take it to the big, huge corporate world, women do have to fight harder. And you know, this is something I've recently noticed. I feel like the strategy that is used is they pit women against each other.
Oh, yeah, it's always easy to do that, right? It's like women are the blame for the reason why we can't be advanced corporately. You know, I think it's about, there's some sabotaging going on out there, I believe, and that, you know, corporations, which are primarily led by men, they seem to be a bit oblivious to it. You know, they're indifferent, or worse, they're overtly obstructive to matters relating to the advancement of women. So if you really think about it, though, the major roadblock is men's lack of advocacy for women. And there's all sorts of reasons for that. But I think that there's still some pretty old-fashioned views out there. I think there's a lot of leaders that still consider sort of that old, you know, work family narrative to be a big problem still. You know, here's the reality. Women can have children and still be great at our jobs. Okay, I know it's a shocker, but, you know, all these questions about maternity leave and, you know, the motherhood penalty, it is real. And these things are huge roadblocks for women to get ahead. And then, of course, you start talking about things like, what about the networks? We always say, oh, well, women, you know, get involved with your networks. That's going to really help advance you in leadership. Here's the problem. Women's networks aren't working. Men's networks work really well because guess who they've got in those networks? all the men that are in those very powerful positions. We don't have as many in the women's networks. And I guarantee you, no man wants to join a women's network because there's no power there. Why would they? Where's the advancement going to come from? So,
uh-oh, I think we have maybe lost a little bit of connection. And I feel like all of these points that you are making are so fantastic. And this book is just so inspiring, not only for women to read it, but for men to read it. So let's go back to where we just left off with you talking about these groups and these networking groups.
Yes, my view there is that women's networks just aren't working. Men's networks work really well. And that's because there's a lot of powerful people in the men's network. So if you think about it, would you think a man would want to join a woman's network? Not a chance. There's no one there that they're going to gain more power from, learn from, follow the footsteps of. That just doesn't work that way. So we're at a disadvantage right there. And the boys' clubs are pretty entrenched in corporations today. Just the idea that, men don't think anything of, going for a drink after work. What are women doing? We're rushing home to our families to get dinner on and get kids looked after and homework done and baths done.
Oh no, I think that we've lost your connection again, but all of this information is so powerful, and these are pieces and tidbits that people can get from your book so people can have this understanding. I feel like it's so powerful when women write books, sharing their experience. That way people can live through their eyes a little bit. And so this is a way for everyone to live through your eyes about what you went through in corporate America.
Thank you. Yes, it is. And I hope that folks get the same sort of takeaway that I did, and that is to imagine a world and what it would look like if women held a proportionate share of leadership roles, that is in the C-suite and at the board table. Think of what those agendas and those discussions and strategies and results will be. So that's what I leave your viewers with.
Well, I have another question for you. As you were writing the book, what steps did you learn along the way? Because obviously there's a lot that went into this book, a lot of personal experience, but you want more than just that. So what other resources did you use as you were writing the book?
Well, I did some primary research as well. I went out and did some online research with about 260 participants because I thought I want to have something to ground the book, make sure that it's not just Teresa's opinions here. And it was great because it really did sort of ground my thinking and my thesis here. So that was very helpful. But of course, I have so many stories. And as I start to talk to people in powerful positions and they start to tell me their stories, again, it just validates where I was coming from to start with. I think this is something we just don't talk about too much or not enough as to the reasons why women are sitting at that very stagnated level. To say that 25% of board positions are now filled by women, why? Why isn't it 50? I'm shocked by that. But to hear all of the reasons why, like, well, thank you, Teresa. You'd make a really good board member. However, we just don't have any openings at this time. Well, then make the damn openings. That's kind of how I feel. So I think that the more I talk to people out there, the more I want to go out and buy, sort of write that next book because there's so much more to say. So
there's a lot to say and there's a lot to learn from your books. Now, as it's going out into the world and people can get their hands on it, how do you think this could change experiences for women across the country?
Well, it's a good question you're asking because although I wrote it for men, that's really who it's directed at. I've talked to some of my mentees. I have a few women that are that like to chat with me on a regular basis, which is fantastic. I love doing that. And they just said, no, Teresa, it's great that you've written it to direct at men, but as a young woman, I needed a playbook and I just got one. And I think that that's just a very telling situation because I think that they honestly don't know about, what they should say when they're in positions that I've described in the book and how to react and sort of how to keep their cool, but yet get their point across. So, yeah, I think that was just a really great observation.
I think it's so powerful what you're doing only because you are becoming an activist for women all over, and whether it's at that C-suite and board level or whether it's at a lower position, like I was telling you, I worked in that marketing firm for a little while and it was hard work. I was fighting tooth and nail to constantly have my ideas be heard, but if the same idea was proposed by someone else, then it was immediately like, that was a great idea. And I was like, this makes no sense to me. Like I said that a week ago with a full pitch deck too.
And it's funny because I've had the exact same experience I've talked about in the book, and not once, not twice, several times, where I had such a great idea, and then I realized, why is this now such a great idea? It wasn't an idea like a week ago, 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, but now it is. So, and it was because a man in a more senior position in a leadership role actually made the position known to everyone, and everyone, oh, that's a great idea, but they weren't listening to me. So I feel sometimes that I'm a little, and this has gone back for decades, that I'm kind of invisible, even though you're sitting at an executive table, that your view just isn't as respected and considered as much as other men in the room. So it's real. The struggle is real.
It's so real. Now, if people would like to read your book, obviously it's directed towards men, but I do think it's a great playbook for women to get their hands on and maybe just give them those little tidbits of advice on how to talk to someone, how to stand up for themselves, learning from your experiences and all of the other research you've done. Where can they buy your book?
Right now, it's available on Amazon, so please go ahead and order that. Just look it up under Suits and Skirts, Game On, Freeborn, and you will get that. It's on pre-order until next week, and it gets released, so it'll be in your hands very shortly. It's also available on other booksellers like Barnes & Noble as well, so help yourself, and it's in Kindle, softcover, and hardcover.
Teresa, thank you so much for giving us all this great information. Thank you for being the voice that women everywhere in corporate America need. We all really appreciate you.
Thank you so much, Madeline. It's been my pleasure to chat with you. We'll talk soon.
Make sure that you go online, you pre-order her book while you can. If not, then wait until it's released, but get your hands on it just because it's a great guide and really a great lesson for everyone to learn. We're going to take a short break, and when we come back, we've got more of the show.
Good morning, Vail.
Hi, I'm Ben Belgrad, and I'm the owner of Drinking Vessels here at Bat Country Studios in Minturn. And I've been in the Valley for 7 years. I moved to the Valley because a friend helped me to get my vision off the ground, building my glass studio here, and being so close to snowboarding. So here at the studio, we're acting as a broker for 50 to 100 artists from around the country. We also offer glassblowing classes, and we bring many artists from around the country here to be able to work and create art collaboratively and be so close to skiing and all the activities we have here in the Valley. Here at Drinking Vessels, we specialize in handmade glass drinkware from artists around the country and around the world. Some of these are produced as more of an item you could get in sets and kind of get different color options as time goes on. And some of these are completely one of a kind and really high-end art that's unlike anything people have seen before. While I'm an artist myself here at the studio, I'm representing between 50 and 100 other artists from around the country. And most of these artists are able to spend most of their time working on their art while we help handle their marketing and their sales and the distribution and representation, allowing them more time to focus on their art. That's really my privilege in running this business, is creating that support and providing that platform for this big group of artists that are part of a movement that's very important to me.
When you're in Vail, you're in vacation mode, and you need a flexible home tour experience that fits into your schedule. We've transformed how you view and buy homes in the Vail Valley. With immersive, cutting-edge technology, you can explore properties 10 times faster. In our lounge, we guide you through this digital world on a 16-foot screen where you can imagine your next home in comparison to your favorite recreational spots. Say goodbye to multi-day home tours and hello to a quick stop between your other plans. That's the power of the Immersion Theater.
At Revival Boutique Med Spa, we take an integrative and holistic approach to skincare, focusing on the bigger picture when treating our clients. We use only result-driven and science-based products that contain clean, organic, wild-crafted, and research-based ingredients. From injectables, facials, to body contouring, we offer anything related to looking your best self. Find us in the Riverwalk in Edwards. For a complete list of services, visit us online at revivalvail.com. Follow us on Instagram at Revival Vail Valley. Fall in love with your skin again. There's lots to love at Revival. Mind, body, beauty.
Each week on The Tech Show, you can look forward to the latest in technology and how you can use it too. We'll also chat with leading experts, and you'll find out if the latest gadget will take my money or not. Don't miss the Tech Show. Tech your local listings.
Good morning, Vail.
Welcome back to Good Morning Vail. Now, we love taking a look back of this magical year. Happy New Year's to you as well. Dogs in a Pile was one of our favorite bands to check out. Let's take a look with our interview with Sam, who's the lead singer of Dogs in a Pile.
My name is Sam. I'm a bass player and a songwriter, and I work with Dogs in a Pile as the bass player, vocalist, and songwriter. I came into music at a young age, playing guitar, jamming on a lot of different styles of music. I really found my home with the Grateful Dead stuff when I was a kid. There was definitely a lot of people who I jammed with and had a lot of fun jamming with. And me and my brother always had a strong connection. I would kind of sing and play rhythm guitar, more simple stuff, and he was always more into lead guitar. But at first, yeah, when I wanted to get into more advanced styles of music and a lot of jazzier stuff that took a lot more thought and practice, it was hard to find people who were as dedicated to getting good at that stuff as I was. Yeah, it really wasn't until I was introduced to a friend named Eric who was interested in getting into jazz and Steely Dan, Stevie Wonder, kind of more advanced, fun music, and he introduced me to Jimmy and Joey, who are the guitarist and drummer in the Dogs, probably when I was a junior or senior in high school, and that's when we started getting more serious. We started playing some more complicated, fun stuff and writing music, and then I ended up going to Berkeley and meeting the other two guys, Jeremy and Brian, and that's kind of how the band formed, was a amalgamation of the guys from up there and the guys from down in Jersey. So I still remember the first time I ever played a bass, actually. So my grandparents had got me a bass for Christmas when I was probably like 15, but I had never touched it. And I was still just playing guitar all the time. I had like a Jazzmaster guitar that I would always play. But I went with my brother and a friend named Jack Kavanaugh to visit his uncle's house in the Poconos for a little vacation getaway kind of thing. And we ended up just jamming out the whole time as we did. I was probably 17 or 18, and everyone was playing guitar, and no one was playing bass. There was like 4 people playing guitar. I was about to start playing guitar, and there was like a little crappy bass sitting over there. I was like, you know what, I'll try to start picking it up a little bit. And I, thumbed my way around for like the next couple days on the bass. And then but by the time I got home, I went and picked up that bass that my grandparents had given me years ago, and I just started having a lot of fun with that. And then 6 months go by, and I'm starting to learn some basic music theory, teach myself some scales and some technique and stuff. And by the end of that 6 months, I was playing like 10 hours a day, sitting in my room all day, just playing, and decided to go to Berkeley really late. And without that experience and that time, having all that time to play, it would have been difficult to get in and make it happen the way it has. It's a pretty wild experience being able to go around the country and meet these new people. It's pretty awesome because we'll go to new cities that I've never been to, that I've never even met anyone from, and we'll go there and there'll be a crazy super fan who's been obsessed with our music for the last, in a lot of cases, several. And it's great to go to some of these cities. Like we were in Richmond, Virginia, we were in Washington, D.C., we were in Morgantown, West Virginia, and pretty much sold out awesome shows the first time that we're there. So we're super, super excited to be going to Colorado for the first time, probably most of all because it just is a big milestone for us to get out to Colorado, which is such an important destination for live touring bands and our kind of music. There's a great community for it. And, we got a lot of friends who have lived out there, who some still do live out there. And people are excited to see us out there. I know we got a fan base out there who's excited to come see us. We're really excited that we're going to be doing 2 after parties for when Fish plays Dick's Colorado in Denver at Cervantes Other Side, which we are also really excited about. Again, it's another venue that all of our friends from Colorado have been excited about for a long time, seeing music there. And for us to be playing there is going to be really, really special, and we're so excited about that. The best way to keep up with us in Dogs in a Pile is to follow us on Instagram, usually, which is Dogs in a Pile Band. Like I was saying before, there's lots of fun content for you guys to scroll through. There's little clips of our music. There's clips from our shows. There's just us hanging out backstage, all sorts of good stuff. If you prefer Facebook, there's a lot of that same stuff on Facebook, too. And, this will keep you guys right up to date in the loop with new shows, with when new music is being released. And obviously, you can also visit our website, dogsinapile.official.com, for all the same information, our tour schedule. You can see bios about us in the band. The best way to listen to us is we have 1 album out on Spotify right now, Not Your Average Beagle, under Dogs in a Pile. And we have another studio album on the way that will be with us really very shortly, hopefully. And you can listen on nugs.net. If you guys subscribe to that, is an awesome way to listen to some of our live shows. Also, YouTube, there's tons of stuff to scroll through if you just look Dogs in a Pile up on YouTube. And that's kind of stuff, that's a great way to see the evolution of the band, too, because there's stuff from years ago. There's stuff more recent. It was really nice getting to share some of this information with you guys, so you guys in Colorado, get to know a little bit more about Dogs in a Pile. We're really excited to see you guys at the Arise Festival and at these Cervantes after parties. So, Colorado, the dogs will see you soon.
Good morning, Vail.
TV8 Vail is serving the community 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Stop by for Good Morning Vail at 7 a.m. and stay all day for lifestyle favorites such as Good Day Vail, Daily Flash, Suki and Scott, and more. And you're sure to find the adventure you crave with back-to-back episodes of Scoreboard Nation and Outdoor America. Find us all day, every day on Comcast Xfinity Channel 92, on TV8Vail.com, and on all our social media platforms. There's more for you on Channel 92.
Opening in time for the new ski season, Max's Bar here at TV8. So grab a seat as friends and neighbors gather to discuss and debate the topics of the day. From best restaurants, best hockey seats, school sports, and just plain old Vail Valley talk. So join us here at Max's Bar this winter.
Eyepieces of Vail has been a fixture in the Vail community for over 30 years. From designer frames and sunglasses to high-performance sports frames, prescription goggles, and in-demand accessories like helmets, goggle lenses, and foldable reading glasses, our inventory raises the optical bar. Visit one of our 7 locations today and see why generations of loyal customers return time after time for our unmatched service and inventory. Eyepieces, the art of vision.
Did you know that all Eagle County residents and visitors can get a free Eagle Valley Library District card? All you need is a photo ID. You get our online databases and resources, free music, free streaming, all from wherever you have internet access. Free audiobooks and e-audiobooks straight to your phone. Go into your Eagle Valley Library District branch today and get your library card.
You're watching K34QB, Vail, Colorado.
Welcome back to Good Morning Vail. We're so excited it's New Year's Eve, and we're so pleased that you're spending this New Year's Eve with us. Let's take a look back at this whole year of magic we had here on Good Morning Vail.
Get up, get ready to start your day. The mountains are calling you out to play. Come on, we'll make you feel right at home. Good morning. home in the Rockies has it all. So get up, get ready to start your day. The coffee's brewing, you're on your way. The fun is waiting outside your door. Good morning, Vail. Good morning, Vail.
Just wanted to say Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to my family in Florida, in Delray Beach, Florida. I miss you guys and wish you were here. Love you.
All right, Merry Christmas, Thomas and Annie. We can't wait to spend Christmas with you. Love you guys.
Hi everyone, happy holidays from Vail Health.
Les deseamos una feliz Navidad y un próspero año nuevo.
Have a happy, healthy holiday season.
Did you know that all Eagle County residents and visitors can get a free Eagle Valley Library District card? All you need is a photo ID. You get our online databases and resources, free music, free streaming, all from wherever you have internet access. Free audiobooks and e-audiobooks straight to your phone. Go into your Eagle Valley Library District branch today and get your library card.
Hello everyone, I'm Raisa Pascal.
And I'm Andrea Jackson. Welcome to Life, Love, Shopping. Have any personal stories you can share?
Do I? Yes, I do.
So even though you work for some good deals, too good to miss on flash deals now, check this out.
Studies show spending time outdoors can help with depression, lowering blood pressure, and overall health and happiness.
America was built on a love for the outdoors. We are a nation of sportsmen, blessed with magnificent natural resources. With broad interests across water and field, we are united in our devotion to nature and conservation. Join us every week for the best shows celebrating the outdoor lifestyle. Outdoor America. Live free.
Show. We are feeling good today. Great show on the way.
Absolutely. Welcome to our show. I'm Suki.
I'm Scott.
And we are feeling good today. You know why? Because we had a great show.
Good morning, Vail.
Here in Good Morning Vail, we love to support local businesses, and we had so much fun talking to Fancy Pansy. Let's take a look.
Good morning, Vail.
Welcome back to Good Morning Vail. Now, we were talking about this fabulous women-owned and operated business that we've got here in our community, and it's Fancy Pansy, and I've got Frankie, the owner, joining me on the couch. Good morning, Frankie.
Hi, how are you?
I'm so good only because Frankie and I are longtime friends. We've known each other for
So
forever.
we're catching up.
We've been catching up. But also, I think that you're such an inspiration to young women such as myself here in our community because you've had this dream and then you totally brought it to fruition and now you guys are just crushing it.
Yeah, we've been getting really busy. And some days I'm like, who decided to open a shop? Because I've only been skiing twice this year, so I know. So I'm not having a lot of fun, but one day I will start having fun again.
Right. Well, and you guys just do such a good job. Like, all of
Thanks.
your arrangements are so beautiful, and you guys have such a perfect spot for it. You're centrally located, you've got great parking, and people can just come in, shop around, explore everything you have to offer. So why did you open a flower shop?
You know, I think for me it was more of this is the place that I choose to live, and I kind of found a niche that works in this valley because I feel like we go from ski season to wedding season around here. And so it was just kind of, I found a niche that worked, and I'd always wanted to work at a flower shop when I was younger, but I just never did. I got into the legal side of things and risk management, and then one day I was like, what am I doing? I don't like doing this. And so I don't know, it just came to me one day.
And you totally brought it to fruition because I remember being like 15 years old listening to you talk about you bringing this flower shop to life. And then you had the opportunity to do it. So now we're looking at some pictures that you have from inside the flower shop. And this is just such a great place for you to sit down, do your consultations. And let's talk about the ceiling.
Yeah, so I just recently had the ceiling painted, and I was kind of going for Starry Night, and Eric Rittenbaugh is the one who did it, and he did an amazing job. It's really cool looking in there.
It is really cool looking in there, and it's just such a great space for people to come in and explore. And you guys have so much that you offer, and so we're just kind of looking at all the beautiful little trinkets and all the light work. Like, I love those twinkly lights behind everything.
Yeah, there's some more of the sky.
It is so breathtaking in there.
It's kind of funky. Yeah, it looks really cool. But once he did the ceiling, then I realized how much the rest of the walls needed painted. So we had to paint those over. But yeah, it looks really good in there. This was a wedding we recently did. I love the contrast with the snow and the flowers. I thought that was a really cool.
Right, and those big, huge orange roses with the pheasant feathers really giving it that, like, mountain rustic theme. Like, you guys really capture people's dreams and bring them to life.
I mean, that's the goal. It's not our wedding that we're doing, it's your wedding. And so we hope that we can capture the couple's vision when they're getting married.
You guys just do such a good job of bringing all of these colors, and I've been fortunate enough in my life to have gotten a couple of your bouquets gifted to me, and they're always so breathtaking. And you guys do such a good job of putting them in vases that you will reuse forever.
Right. I like using a unique, cool-looking vase.
Wow, that one is gigantic.
Yeah, that was a big one. That was for a surprise birthday party at Zach's cabin a few weekends ago.
Wow. Yeah. I actually know whose surprise birthday party
that
was. It's amazing what you do, and it's amazing to see this dream of yours come to life. And so, as you've been working through everything, how have all of those little minor steps been? Have you had any real struggles that you could maybe give people advice on?
Oh, there's always struggles, and there's always things that come up last minute that you're just like, quick trips down to Denver to just be like, oh no, I just have to make this happen, so we got to go get the supplies that we need, and just the regular struggles with COVID and trying to work through that and figuring out, is this sustainable? Is this still going to happen? So I think it's one of those things you just have to kind of put your head down to the ground and just take it day by day is really how I do it. And sometimes I'm a really good planner and sometimes I'm not. And so it's just you just have to get through the day and figure out what's going on, and you'll get hit with a lot of different struggles, but you just have to push forward. And I think for me, it's also seeing the end outcome and just looking back. We've been open now 5 years, and looking back where we started, and even my arrangements, I think I can see a huge difference in where I started and where I'm at right now.
Which is so cool to see that progression, and it's just so cool to have a woman-owned and operated business here in our community. It's so inspiring, and like I said, I've been looking up to Frankie since I was I don't know, 13 probably. We've known each other
Yeah.
for that long. And so it's been really cool to see this all come to life because it really shows that if you put your mind to something and you really want it to happen, you can bring it to fruition.
Right. I agree. It takes work, but it's possible. Yeah.
It's 100% possible. Now, if people are interested in coming in, having you do their wedding, their bachelorette party, whatever it is, how can they get in contact with you and what's the process like?
So, especially if you're having a wedding, we do have a wedding form on our website, and that kind of walks you through, like, you know, how many, you have the bride, the groom, how many bridesmaids bouquets you need, how many groomsmen, and then you can upload photos so that we can see a visual of what your vision is for your day. So if you're planning a wedding, that's the best place to start. And our website is fancy-pansy.com, and there's a wedding form right on there. Otherwise, just give us a call, 970-470-4182. And then we can just talk you through what we have fresh in the store today. If you're looking for an arrangement that you need put out today, we can do that. And then we'll walk you through the process, have your card message ready, and then we will get that delivered for you.
There's something about walking into a floral shop that just makes me so happy. Where
It smells really good.
It smells really good, and watching everyone work and like kind of the art behind creating these bouquets is so amazing that I'm just like, I couldn't do this, so I just sit there in awe of like, I would love to do this, but like getting to see the process is so cool.
Yeah, it's fun. It is fun. And we do classes as well. We've done like bachelorette parties and wedding parties and things like that where you can come and you bring a group and we will show you how to make arrangements and walk you through the process from the beginning to the end, teach you how to cut the flowers. We did several wreath making classes this winter, and so that's always a fun thing. So you come in, we have some drinks, we have some snacks, and then we teach you how to make a floral arrangement.
Now, if people are interested in seeing when these events happen, is this something they can find on your website as well?
I don't have a schedule.
Okay.
As of right now, it's more if you have a group of people that you would like to bring to us, we can set that aside. The goal is eventually to put things on a calendar so that you know on Tuesday, you know, the 18th, we're going to do a flower arranging class and you can sign up. That just hasn't quite happened yet, but that's the goal.
When that happens, call me first. I'm
Okay.
coming. I want to be there 100% for all of the fun. Now, if someone wants flowers delivered, that's something you guys also do?
Yes, absolutely. We do Cordillera, Edwards, Vail, Avon, obviously, Minturn, those areas in there. We don't really go past Cordillera.
Good to know. Frankie, thank you so much for coming in, giving us all this great information, and thank you for the beautiful flower arrangements that I've received in the past.
Yes, you're welcome.
Make sure that if you have any floral needs that you check out Fancy Pansy. It's located right in the heart of Avon. It's a beautiful place to just go explore and see everything that they have to offer, and keep checking their website because eventually they're going to have these great events lined up for you to participate in. We're going to take a short break, and when we come back, we've got more of the show, so stay tuned.
Good morning, Vail. Good morning, Vail.
Nap Harvest, your local marketplace for fresh, locally produced products. Our indoor farmers market is open 7 days a week, featuring locally grown organic produce, prepared meals, honey from our Nap Nectar hive, furniture, cutting boards, and much more. We source and sell locally grown and produced products from the Vail and Roaring Fork Valleys. Visit us at our new location in Eagle Ranch, 717 Sylvan Lake Road, next door to Color Coffee Roasters.
Eyepieces of Vail has been a fixture in the Vail community for over 30 years. From designer frames and sunglasses to high-performance sports frames, prescription goggles, and in-demand accessories like helmets, goggle lenses, and foldable reading glasses, our inventory raises the optical bar. Visit one of our 7 locations today and see why generations of loyal customers return time after time for our unmatched service and inventory. Eyepieces, the art of vision.
Familia, estamos muy emocionados de por fin presentarles nuestro nuevo programa completamente en español, Conexión Latina, que se estrena este lunes 21 de agosto a partir de las 7 de la tarde. Por el momento, el programa se transmitirá los lunes, miércoles y viernes de 7 a 7 y media de la tarde con una repetición de 7:30 a 8, así que no hay excusas para perdértelo. Te recuerdo que puedes sintonizar nuestra programación a través del canal 92 de Comcast, nuestra página web tv8vail.com y nuestra página de Facebook TV8 Conexión Latina. Acompáñanos en esta nueva aventura llena de información y entretenimiento local. No te lo pierdas.
When you're in Vail, you're in vacation mode, and you need a flexible home tour experience that fits into your schedule. We've transformed how you view and buy homes in the Vail Valley. With immersive, cutting-edge technology, you can explore properties 10 times faster. In our lounge, we guide you through this digital world on a 16-foot screen where you can imagine your next home in comparison to your favorite recreational spots. Say goodbye to multi-day home tours and hello to a quick stop between your other plans. That's the power of the Immersion Theater.
For fun and adventure, join me on Elizabeth Stanton's Great Big World. Find out where I'll be going next and which celebrities I'll be bringing along with me. I'll show you amazing destinations with lots to explore, and you'll get to know my celebrity guests the way they really are, up close and personal. We'll travel the world, experience new cultures, and together, try to make a difference. I'm Elizabeth Stanton, saying the world's a big place, and I'm going to show it to you.
Good morning, Vail.
Happy New Year's Eve from all of us at Good Morning Vail to you. Now, Claire Noble has been a fixture here on Good Morning Vail for years now, especially this year. We wanted to take a look at one of our interviews with Claire.
Welcome back to your Monday edition of Good Morning Vail on TV8. I'm one of your in-studio hosts, Liz, and we have one of our favorite people, Claire Noble, who has been away with your kid watching at colleges for a little while.
It's that time of year for a lot of parents, and obviously seniors across the valley, deciding what they're going to do after college. And so this was our last school. I told my daughter, if you get in, we'll go take a look at it. A little scary for me as a parent because she's picking a school in New York City, but she's excited, and we visited last week, and it's just a great place. It's a great city.
Are you going to be an empty nester after that?
I still have a son who's attending Colorado Mountain College. In fact,
nice.
He's in their culinary program, so we're very excited for him as well.
Good, then we can bring him on and he can cook for us when he's all ready.
I want him to cook for me first, Liz.
Nah,
then maybe we get him on the show.
So I hear amazing things. 140 years. Imagine having an anniversary or a birthday where you're 140 years old. Well,
they say, you know, the person who's going to live to 150 has already been born. So we'll see if the medical science catches up.
That would be amazing. I think the oldest person is 104 years old, somewhere way off in
and that's
some
amazing
countries.
To me as well.
I know. I don't think I want to live that old, but I do appreciate 140 years of being here in the beautiful Eagle County.
Well, so what a lot of people know is that, you know, we're the Centennial State. So Colorado became a state in 1876, where we turn 147 as a state. And Eagle County, about 7 years later, was carved out of Summit County. And what I didn't realize is that Colorado has gone through numerous iterations in terms of this county sizes. So we used to have fewer, and over the years, more and more counties were created. One of the reasons for that was, in many of these counties, back before modern transportation, you were several days' ride away from the county seat. So if you needed to do any business with the county, you had a pretty long drive, or ride or walk, as it were.
With no stops.
So we're at a point now where we have 64 counties. I don't see that really changing much, but in 1883, February 11th, Eagle County was carved out of Summit County. So we are now 140 years old. And so we're celebrating in a number of different ways. One of them is with a then and now photography exhibit for some of the communities around Eagle County.
Where's that going to be?
Well, right now it's at the Eagle Public Library.
Okay.
And it will be there for the month of March. In the month of April, it's going to move to the Vail Public Library. So it's going to kind of move around the valley.
Oh, great. I love the idea that they're sharing them, because there's something about looking at the history and then now, just the feeling.
And I think we're not trying to necessarily create a particular reaction or emotion in people. people will interpret these photos in different ways.
Sure, but it's interesting.
It's very interesting to see what's changed, which obviously Beaver Creek, a pristine valley, and now full of beautiful homes and condos and a ski area. But a group of school children from 100 years ago and a group of school children today holding their sleds and skis.
Everything's different. The clothing, the sleds, the skis.
But the activity is still the same. Being outside, being in nature, being in this beauty all stays the same. So the entire exhibit isn't there. We were a little limited on space, but many photos are at the Eagle Public Library for the month of March. And coming up this Wednesday, March 8th, we have one of our historical speakers coming from the Colorado Humanities. Angel Vigil portrays El Vaquero, which is a Spanish-Mexican cowboy, which is really the forerunner of the American cowboy. Before there was the American cowboy, there were the Spanish-Mexican cowboys. So a lot of the terminology, like things like chaps and buckaroo, come from that era. And so Angel Vigil will present in what they call the Chautauqua style, which means he's going to come in character as El Vaquero. And one of the things that's great about him is his entire costume is historically accurate to the 1700s.
Then it was made there, or we're just copying it from
Yeah,
there?
it's a reproduction, but it's historically accurate. So he'll be in character as El Vaquero, telling us stories of that time, helping us understand the history and the lifestyle at that time. At the end, he takes questions as El Vaquero, but then he comes out of character at the very end, and he's historian Angel Vigil answering questions.
Whoa.
Starts at 5:30. We're going to wrap up at 6:30 at the Eagle Public Library, and it's free. So we hope everybody will come and enjoy this.
We have to get out there. That just sounds so amazing, and I just like the idea of him transforming throughout the time that he's going to be doing his speaking. That's really cool. I just get this vision of what it was like here back then, you know, the horses and
I love the Chautauqua
saloon
style
doors.
because it is educational, but in a very entertaining way, because we as humans respond to stories. And that's what
Absolutely.
he's going to do. He's going to tell stories.
That's great, because then you get the visual and you get to live vicariously through the stories, and then you get the whole theater of mind going on, which is really wonderful.
Yeah, it's a little bit of time travel.
I love time traveling.
Me too.
You know?
If I had to choose a superpower, it would absolutely be time travel.
What year would you go back to?
All of them. That's all I would do is time
Okay.
travel. Even if I couldn't interact, if I could just see what it was like to live in ancient Rome, or see what it was like to be on the Crusades or fight off some battle from the French. Who knows?
Well, I can throw a lion in front of you. We can cover most of those eras right now.
Oh, I would be a snack for a lion, an amuse bouche.
I love having you here. You're so much fun. Now, you also have a temporary new logo because celebration for the 140 years?
Yeah, you'll see this logo on everything that we're doing around the 140th.
Nice.
We're hoping to do a seed planting with one of the local environmental groups at one of the high schools. We've made some really fun coloring books that we're distributing to the libraries around the town. So we're going to celebrate all year long, so there's other things we might add into the mix. We have a local songwriter, Al Mal, who we've commissioned a song. I know he's been on here as well. We've commissioned a song because it just seemed to me in the 19th century, what would people have done? They probably would have commissioned a poet or a story or a song. So that's what we've done, and I can't wait to see or hear what Al comes up with.
It's amazing. Entertainment, theater of the mind, and so many great things that we get to do and share together as a community through the Eagle County. And what's the website for anybody who might be new?
EagleCounty.us.
There you go. EagleCounty.us. This is Claire Noble, everybody. Love having you here all the time. We missed you for the last few weeks.
Thank you.
So it's lovely to have your beautiful face back here on the sofa with us. We are going to celebrate 140 years of Eagle County, along with Claire Noble and everybody else. And we'll be back with more TV8 right after this.
Good morning, Vail.
welcome aboard. Bobby Laurie and Nikki Noya have your ticket to everything you need for an on-the-go lifestyle. Grab your boarding pass. It's time to jet set.
Good morning, Vail.
Welcome back to the show. We really love interviewing the Vail Rotary Club. We had the chance to interview them earlier this year. Let's take a look.
Welcome back to your Sunday edition of Good Morning Vail on TVA. I'm your host, Liz, and I am sitting here with somebody super special to me. This is Penny Wilson, everybody, from the Vail Rotary Club, and I'm really happy to have you here. I've known Penny for quite a few years now, and I've known you've been part of the Rotary Club for a long time. You actually had me host the duck races a couple of years.
Yeah.
That might have been the funniest duck race we've ever had.
Awesome.
It was awesome. It really was fun, but I had such a great time, and I learned a lot about the Rotary Club. And how long have you been part of the Vail Rotary?
I joined right after we moved here, so I'm going on 8 years.
That's amazing. 8 years already here. How do you love it? I mean, you're not going anywhere, are you?
Oh, no, we'll just love it up here.
I know. Same with us. We moved 13 years ago, and that's the end.
Yeah.
So let me ask you a question. What's it like being part of the Rotary Club? You feel like you have your finger on the pulse of everything going on in the community?
You do. One of the really great things about Rotary is when you come into the community, it's, you know, the Valley's kind of a hard place to break into because the locals are like, yeah, let's see if you're really going to stay.
They're clumped together, yeah. Right.
Exactly. So Rotary gives you an instant community of people that you can know, lean on, say, hey, I need a plumber, I need a this, who can I call? And it's such a great community. In the main club, we have speakers come every week and talk about things going on in the community. So we always know, you know, kind of what's going on. And the other thing with that is that the money from the duck race, we give back about 80% of that stays here in the community.
Nice.
So then we hear from a lot of the nonprofits, and then we give grants to those nonprofits to help them keep doing what they're doing. The other 20% goes international. We work on a lot of primarily water and sanitation projects all over the world.
Wow, see, this is something I knew a little bit about the local things, but I did not know about the international projects that you guys do.
Yeah.
Taking care of everybody everywhere. This is amazing. This is why I like to bring people like you on, because we have members of the community that just take care of people. It's a form of altruism that you don't see, not only in a lot of communities, but just in the world today.
Yeah.
People are all about other things. But to have people like you and all the other members, it's just something that's so great, and it's comforting to know that we have people that care, they take care of everybody, and there's a base that people can go to when they want some questions answered and things like that. And I just think it's remarkable. I think a lot of people think of the Rotary Club as, Rotary.
Yeah.
But it's not, because I experienced it. You're just a bunch of great people doing great things. And that's why I think that I want to bring more light to the Rotary Club of Vail, because I think there should be more members and more people involved, even if they wanted to just donate or be part of something. And this is one thing I also wanted to bring you on. You have a brand new, what would you call it? Is it another part of the organization? Is it just like what would you call this?
So we have our regular club, the Vail Rotary Club, that meets on Wednesday mornings from 7:30 to 9 at Manor Vail.
Okay.
And we're starting a companion club called Impact.
Aww.
And Impact is a club for those who want to do service with other people. So work on service projects for like Habitat, the food bank, all of these different things, but who either don't want to or can't do the meetings. Because for a lot of people, that Wednesday morning meeting is just not doable. It's a deal breaker for them being able to join Rotary.
Yeah, they might have a job, they might have kids, they might have obligations that they can't make it.
Right.
And so you guys have this club and you don't have to actually have meetings.
Exactly. There's no meetings unless we want to get together. We could get together and have a happy hour or whatever, but primarily it's going to focus on service. So we'll have group service projects like every other month. But then if you volunteer individually, those hours count. We're going to ask everybody to log their hours their volunteer hours, so we can say this is how much of an impact we're making in the community. We contributed this many hours to the community. So we're starting, a few of us are going to go over to Copper for the Special Olympics next weekend,
oh my
which will be so
gosh.
much fun. It's their state winter games. And then we'll look at probably having one maybe in April, maybe one in May, or we may skip April and do May, but I'm hoping that through the other members, we'll also learn about other volunteer opportunities. So no meetings if you want to do service, and it's also super low pressure. So if you're like, well, I can't do this month, that's fine. We just want to provide a way for people to do service with a group and be a part of Rotary. All of the members of Impact are still members of the Vail Rotary Club and of Rotary International.
That's really special, because I think it's it's a privilege to be part of something like this. I really believe that. And some of the organizations you had mentioned, we've had here on the show. Mm-hmm. We've had the food bank, and we've had all of these other people, and they're always looking for volunteers, and they're always looking for extra help and extra hands. So with the Impact program, you're going to be able to provide extra bodies for them and give them a little bit more help that they need. Not saying that we wouldn't like people to come in and do whatever they can to help and provide a little bit of assistance, but what you're doing is amazing.
Yeah, I think it's going to be really great. And it's great for people who are new to the Valley.
Yes.
Because then, again, you get to meet other people in the Valley that you might not meet otherwise, and have a support system. And if you volunteered before, how good you feel afterwards, just mentally.
Oh yeah, the Habitat and everything
Habitat,
else.
You may be completely exhausted after it. After our last Habitat build, we were sore for a couple days.
Build too. It's so much fun, though.
Yeah.
That is a feeling of empowerment right there. Doing something that, even if you climb out of your comfort zone a little bit and you're doing something that makes you nervous, by the end, you're just like, I'm all had at this. I've got my hammer, I've got my belt, I'm going.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And you're getting to meet such great people.
Yes. Yes. I mean, I've met everybody through the Rotary from the duck race time, and what a great group of people. And everybody's happy. Everybody's got a great energy, and nobody is there to do anything but be a positive member of our community and do great things.
Yeah.
So let me ask you a question. If somebody wanted to join the Rotary Club, is there any obligations that you have to fulfill, or do you have to be living here for a certain amount of time or anything like that?
No, anybody can join, even second homeowners, people who split time. It's a great way for them to get involved. So when they're here, they've got a group and a community to go out and volunteer with. And when they're at their other location or other homes or whatever, if they're volunteering there, they can still stay connected and count those hours here and just have a good time and meet great people.
I think that's fantastic. And what does it mean universally? Is that the word? Yeah, universally. To be part of the Rotary, because you had mentioned something like it can expand outside of where we live.
Yeah, so the Rotary Club here locally, we're part of Rotary International, which is a worldwide service organization.
Wow, okay.
So I forget how many thousands of clubs there are all around the world.
Okay.
So one of the things about being a Rotary member is when you travel, you can go visit other clubs.
And, oh my God, yeah, and then you get the lay of the land from the other people in the club.
Exactly. We've been traveling, and I've called, the president of another club and say, hey, we're coming to your town. What are some things we need to see or do?
Oh my gosh.
And they completely hook you up and make sure that you have a great time. So it's like this huge extended family that goes all over the world. And John and I have gone to some of the international conventions, and we've met people from, Africa, England, just everywhere. And they're like, oh, here's my card. When you come over, you can come stay with me. You can come visit. Rotarians are just such great people worldwide.
That's beautiful. And you just have such a touchstone, and you almost feel like you're comfortable. I don't care what country you go to, like you just said, India, for anywhere, you can go there, and at least if you've never been there, and it's a place you don't speak the language or something like that, you get in touch with the Rotarians over there, and there you go. Yeah. And you feel like you have a little bit of family there.
Yeah, exactly. And even for friends, I have a friend who's traveling to the Seychelles, and so they're going through Addis Ababa.
I like that.
And I have a Rotarian friend who lives there, and so I got them hooked up just in case something happens with their flights or whatever. Mm-hmm. They've got somebody that they can call while they're there. It's really incredible.
So you're not only doing amazing things for the people in the area that you live, but you guys benefit from it as well because you get a perk. You're not even doing it for that, because I know that's not why you're there, but the perk is that you have a community of your own all around the world.
Exactly.
I think that is amazing. What do you guys have coming up?
So, we've got the volunteering at the Special Olympics.
Yeah.
And then we're actually kicking off the duck race. So
who's hosting this year?
Who's hosting? I don't know. I don't know.
I had so much fun with the ducks.
I know.
I was like, and the yellow one's in the lead.
Yeah, and throw the ducks back. Don't take the ducks.
That's
we did
right.
such a good job with that. So actually on March 10th, we're going to be at the Vail Yeti.
Ooh.
And the Yeti usually does a Chuck a Puck to raise money for a nonprofit.
Nice.
Well, we're going to do Chuck a Duck. So you can get ducks, and at intermission, throw the ducks towards center ice, and the ones that are closest the two that are closest win a prize.
Oh my God. So much fun.
Yeah, and you can actually start adopting ducks there.
Oh,
and
to start off for the duck race.
To start for the duck race, you can get ahead, because the sooner you adopt your ducks, the sooner we can get them in training. Because we have a very structured training program.
And the ducks really need to get warmed up.
They do. They do. Actually, I think they're down in South America right now, training, and where it's a little warmer. So, and then when it starts warming up here, kind of in the mud season, usually around Memorial Day, we bring them all up here so that they can start training in the creek.
That is awesome. See, you people think that they're sitting in a warehouse. No, they're busy ducks all year round.
They are. They are.
I think that's the cutest thing. I am so excited about having you here. And I mean, let us all know some of the other great things you do throughout the year, so everybody has an idea that the Rotary Club is just not a business meeting.
Yeah. We actually do a lot of volunteering throughout the year. At Thanksgiving, we do food boxes with the Salvation Army, which is so it's one of my favorite things to do all year.
Oh, what a feel-good thing.
Yeah, and then we do, so that is taking the food boxes that have been provided to families in the Valley who receive services from the Salvation Army. Oh. And you really don't realize how many people in the Valley need that kind of help.
Yeah.
And it's really shocking, honestly. We think, we're a valley of such wealth, but yet we have all of these people who need all the services and help. So taking those food boxes to them is such a great thing. And volunteering at the food bank, that's really close to my heart. And again, helping people get the food that they need. We did a habitat build. We'll do at least one more habitat build this year. Highway cleanup, river cleanup, all of those kind of things as well we'll be out and doing.
I am blown away by how many beautiful things you guys do. See, everybody, the Rotary Club is for everybody, and it's an amazing experience. You can be part of such a wonderful group of people. I absolutely adore you, and I'm so grateful that I had you here this morning. Let everybody know how to reach you guys.
So if you want to learn more, or if you want to join, you can go to vailrotary.com, and in the menu, click on Rotary Light. And that'll give you all of the information about Impact. You can email me through that. And there's also the application. So if you're like, man, I am in, get your application in. We are going to be doing our inductions for Impact the week of I think the 13th of March. So we'll have a meeting, get everybody formally inducted, and we'll be off and running.
Amazing. I can't thank you enough for being here,
Thanks,
Penny.
Liz.
You're such a wonderful person. I've always known it. Now everybody else does too. This is Penny Wilson, everybody, from the Vail Rotary with the brand new program that they have called Impact. To find out more, definitely look up Penny and find out about the Vail Rotary Club. I'm super proud to have them here today. This is Good Morning Vail on TV8, and we'll be back right after this.
Good morning, Vail.
Spooky and Scott Show. We are feeling good today. Great show on the way.
Absolutely. And welcome to our show. I'm Suki.
I'm Scott.
And we are feeling good today. You know why? Because we had a great show.
I'm Amy Goodman, host of Democracy Now! Our independent news hour offers diverse perspectives and unique opinions, often unheard in the mainstream media, live as the news unfolds. Tune in for Democracy Now!, the War and Peace Report, weekday mornings at 9 and evenings at 6 on TV8 Vail, Comcast Xfinity Channel 92. There's more for you on Channel 92.
Join us in exploring the everyday lives of community members here in the Vail Valley. Hear their inspiring stories of how they came here, their contributions to our community, and why they chose to call this place home. We want you to be one of our neighbors. If you would like to be featured or nominate someone to be featured, please send an email to Danielle@tv8vail.com. We look forward to featuring your story right here on TV8.
Do you love the outdoor lifestyle? Make sure you tune in every day at 8 p.m. to catch Scoreboard Nation. It's an outdoor lifestyle show dedicated to your 3 favorite mountain towns, Vail Beaver Creek, Park City, and Reno Tahoe. Join us for an incredible venture. Find us on TV8 Vail, Park City Television, or at thescoreboardnation.com. We can't wait to see you there.
Good morning, Vail.
Welcome back to the show. Now, obviously here at Good Morning Vail, it's very important to take a look at mental health. We love speaking to the people at All Points North. Let's take a look.
Welcome back to Good Morning Vail. All Points North Lodge is a great place where people can really focus on their mental health, and we've got one of their incredible therapists joining me on the couch first thing this morning. Dustin Straight, thank you so much for being here.
Thanks for having me.
We love when you guys come in only because I think mental health is so important, and I feel like we're in kind of a weird rut right now where everyone is so excited to see the sunshine and we get it for like 2 days and then we go back to 4 days of storms, and so it's hard.
Yeah, we're kind of in the tail end, like so it's been, and kind of we were just talking about it. It's been kind of a cloudy winter. Normally, it's we get a storm, it burns off, we have beautiful sunshine. That's actually one of kind of the primary factors in someone developing. It's actually called SAD, seasonal affective disorder.
Wow.
So yeah, it's not just a clever name. You find yourself kind of a little bit bummed out, a little bit lethargic, kind of fatigued easily. And it's a tricky thing because it kind of happens without you being super aware of it. So one of the things that I like to tell my clients, and just friends, family, whoever, is keeping a schedule is incredibly important, right? So just having that daily ritualized routine, getting out, getting exercise, and doing all of those things, but also actually getting as much sunlight as you can. So even when it is cloudy, you can still go outside and get that kind of UV rays to basically what the sun's going to do. It's going to activate a certain part of the brain. It's going to increase the flow of serotonin, which is obviously an important neurotransmitter because it's going to help us feel good. So that's certainly one thing that we can do is just getting outside. Even if it's not a beautiful, sunny day, bluebird, we don't necessarily need that, but we need to get outside.
Yes.
Connection is something that people absolutely need regardless of whatever season it is. So a sense of connection and belonging is something that I focus a lot on with all of my clients because it's very easy to isolate. And especially even in this valley, like sometimes, I live in Edwards, and sometimes I'm like, oh man, my friend's like all the way over in Avon.
I was just having this conversation that we're so spoiled because, some people live in a city and the commute to go from 5 blocks away from each other is going to be 45 minutes, and we get to drive on these beautiful mountain roads where Edwards to West Vail is 15 minutes, and we're like, oh, it's so much.
It's so much, I can't do it. So, really kind of finding some discipline around just maintaining connection, getting out, getting active. That's going to be the most functional way to manage it. The way I like to think about it is mental health. Sometimes people think they're good until they're not.
Right.
And I always compare it to like taking your car in for maintenance. I generally don't want to wait until my car's on fire. I want to take it in. I want to get an oil change. I want to do those things. And so doing those daily things that we can do to maintain rather than wait for everything to kind of burn down and be in a state of crisis, put myself in risk or something to that effect, and then go get help. It's like, we don't need the car to catch on fire. We can actually go and do some things to help us maintain.
To just maybe not do that
and
not be in that rut where then you cannot remove yourself or you're going to have to work twice as hard. Now, what are some of the side effects or symptoms of SAD that people should start looking for within themselves?
So it's going to be just kind of that isolation, fatigue, kind of that lethargic feeling. Sometimes there's some apathy, sadness, loss of joy in things that you once enjoyed doing. So those are kind of the classic symptoms. And that's the other part of kind of having friends, because they can say, hey, what's going on? Like, it seems like you're kind of bummed out. Hey, you haven't been coming around as much. What's going on? Because it's very easy for us to kind of start to judge ourselves for not being cheerful or for not being the person that we want to be. Because it's not always about what happens, it's the story I'm telling myself. So if I think that I'm going to show up and I'm going to be, kind of a drag or not that fun to be around, and then I'm isolating, now we have this feedback loop and this self-fulfilling prophecy. That becomes a problem. So maintaining that connection, whatever it is, with coworkers, with friends, with family, whoever it is, just that sense of safety, that sense of belonging is really going to be something to help combat those symptoms.
And you can't be your own worst enemy.
Right.
You got to be your own cheerleader.
It's difficult. I think that, and again, this is something I focus on in the work I do with a lot of my clients, is it's very easy for us to identify beliefs around being rejected. Right. So I showed up and I didn't make friends immediately, and I have this belief about myself that it's because I say stupid things. And it's like, okay, well, that's a self-defeating belief, right? And over time, that can actually integrate into our self-concept. And so now we're battling this space between how we want to show up in the world and how we actually feel inside. So we've got this incongruence, right? And that's where, talk therapy, experiential therapy, and some of the work we do up at APN can be incredibly helpful, because it can show you some of those beliefs that you may not even be aware of.
Which I think is something that a lot of people don't understand about themselves. The more you say it, the more your brain is going to believe it. And so you have to talk nicely about yourself or it will crush you as a person.
Oh yeah. No, it's not about what happened, it's the story I made up.
Right.
And we actually get into habits, right? We get into habits on a daily routine, right? We also get into cognitive habits. So we have certain styles of thinking that we may not be aware of because we're in our own brain. There's nobody up there to say, hey, that's off. That's not true. We call those cognitive distortions, and that's something that you can look at when someone is, I call it, Ricky Bobby thinking is a good example of one. If you're not first, you're last.
Right.
Not true.
No.
Like his dad and all of his wisdom comes in at the end of the movie and says, well, that's stupid. You could be second, third, fourth, or fifth. And that's actually helping a person develop like what we call cognitive flexibility or having more flexibility in their beliefs versus that automatic thought that people have that may be a negative one or may kind of contribute to that negative self-concept.
So now if someone is going into that kind of dark little path that you go down where you start having those really negative self-concepts, what's a tool that they can use to kind of shift their brain, talk nicer to themselves, and then avoid making that part of their everyday thinking pattern?
So, there's a couple different ways to do it. Obviously keeping that routine, keeping connection, keeping that kind of balance in their life is going to be super important, right? So as soon as we start to isolate, and as soon as I think it was Nietzsche that said thought log, it can actually be really effective. So just writing down, these are the 10 thoughts, these were the 10 negative thoughts I had today.
Right.
And then you have awareness around them. And then you can go, well, is that true?
Right.
No, none of these are true. These just kind of happened automatically. And so then we can start to challenge and create some flexibility in our thinking. That's a pretty easy functional way to teach people basically what is cognitive behavioral therapy, which is identifying, challenging, and then replacing irrational or intrusive thoughts.
Dustin, thank you so much for coming in here, giving us all this great information. I think it's so important that we give the community the tools and resources, just even in these brief minutes, to talk about it and to just give them the tools, to make themselves feel better.
Absolutely, yeah, no, I love being here.
We love having you here. You come back anytime.
Awesome.
Make sure that you use these tools that we've just given you or that Dustin has just given you to really make sure that your brain is staying in a healthy and in the right track, especially during these kind of cloudier days that we're seeing right now. We're going to take a short break, and when we come back, we've got more of the show, so stay tuned.
Good morning, Vail. Good morning, Vail.
Nap Harvest, your local marketplace for fresh, locally produced products. Our indoor farmers market is open 7 days a week, featuring locally grown organic produce, prepared meals, honey from our Nap Nectar hive, furniture, cutting boards, and much more. We source and sell locally grown and produced products from the Vail and Roaring Fork Valleys. Visit us at our new location in Eagle Ranch, 717 Sylvan Lake Road, next door to Color Coffee Roasters.
Familia, estamos muy emocionados de por fin presentarles nuestro nuevo programa completamente en español, Conexión Latina, que se estrena este lunes 21 de agosto a partir de las 7 de la tarde. Por el momento, el programa se transmitirá los lunes, miércoles y viernes de 7 a 7 y media de la tarde, con una repetición de 7 y media a 8, así que no hay excusas para perdértelo. Te recuerdo que puedes sintonizar nuestra programación a través del canal 92 de Comcast, nuestra página web tv8vail.com y nuestra página de Facebook TV8 Conexión Latina. Acompáñanos en esta nueva aventura llena de información y entretenimiento local. No te lo pierdas.
Eyepieces of Vail has been a fixture in the Vail community for over 30 years. From designer frames and sunglasses to high-performance sports frames, prescription goggles, and in-demand accessories like helmets, goggle lenses, and foldable reading glasses, our inventory raises the optical bar. Visit one of our 7 locations today and see why generations of loyal customers return time after time for our unmatched service and inventory. Eyepieces, the art of vision.
today. Great show on the way.
Absolutely. And welcome to our show. I'm Susie.
I'm Scott.
And we are feeling good today. You know why? Because we had a great show.
When you're in Vail, you're in vacation mode, and you need a flexible home tour experience that fits into your schedule. We transformed how you view and buy homes in the Vail Valley. With immersive, cutting-edge technology, you can explore properties 10 times faster. In our lounge, we guide you through this digital world on a 16-foot screen where you can imagine your next home in comparison to your favorite recreational spots. Say goodbye to multi-day home tours and hello to a quick stop between your other plans. That's the power of the Immersion Theater.
Good morning, Vail.
Thank you for spending your New Year's Eve here with us at Good Morning Vail. We wish you and yours nothing but the best heading into this new year, and we'll see you soon right here on Good Morning Vail.